Today we will be discussing about the volume and surface area of cuboid, and in the previous video we discussed how to calculate the volume and surface area of cuboid, but in this video we will be going with if the length is if the length is missing or the breadth is missing and volume and surface area are given, so how we need to cater that. So let's move to the question to get a better understanding. This is a table given to us that these dimensions are of cuboid, that if I talk about cuboid A, it has a length of 24 millimeters, it has breadth of 18 millimeters, height 5 millimeters, and volume and surface area missing. So this turns out to be a simple case as discussed earlier. But when we move to part B, it has 5 centimeter length, 3 centimeter breadth, but height is missing, and now the volume is given and surface area is missing. So in these type of cases, if we have any one dimension missing and the volume or surface area is given, in these cases the volume are given. So what we can do is, first we apply the formula of volume, and we keep the missing dimension as their alphabets, that it can be called h, and then we solve it to find h first, then we substitute length, breadth and height, everything to get the total surface area. So we will be going through these questions and filling these missing boxes. Let's begin with part A. So solving part A, again I need to recall that the volume formula for the volume of cuboid was length into breadth into height, and surface area of cuboid was 2 into length into breadth plus breadth into height plus length into height. So now the first part, the length was 24 millimeters, breadth is 18 millimeters, height is 5 millimeters. I need to calculate volume and surface area. So the formula is volume is equals to length into breadth into height. All three dimensions are given, so I will substitute that in the formula, that is length into breadth into height, 24 into 18 into 5, and we multiplied it and got the value of 2160, and as all the readings are in millimeters, so this would be millimeter cube. Moving to the surface area part, we will have the formula, we have all the dimensions given, that is length, breadth and height. So we will substitute all the values in here, and first we will use the BODMAS to solve within the bracket, and then we will multiply it by 2 and we will get the answer as 1284 millimeter square. Now this was a simple part. Now moving to the next part, which is a bit different. So in this case the formulas would remain the same, but looking at the data, now we have the volume, that is 120 cm cube, and the height is missing, whereas length and breadth are given. So if we have such situations, we will first apply the formula of volume, and we will substitute the value of volume to find h. Then after finding h, we can put h to find surface area. So I have done it here, that volume is length into breadth into height. Volume was 120, then length is 5, breadth is 3, and height h is missing. Then I have multiplied this 5 and 3 is 15. Here it is multiplying. There when it will go to the other side of the equal to, it will be divided, so it is written here together 5 into 3. You can also multiply it here and then you can shift it there. It is 15, so 120 divided by 15 is 8, and all the measurements are in centimeters, volume is in centimeter cube, so height would be in centimeter as well, that is 8 centimeter. Now you have the height, the breadth and the length. So you can substitute length, breadth and height, everything in the formula to find the surface area, and here it is. I have just put the values in it and use the BODMAS to equate the inner part of the bracket and then multiply it by 2 to obtain 158 centimeters square, which was the surface area. Now the C part, in the C part we had length missing and breadth and height are given, and volume as well. So again, the similar case, in the previous case we had height missing, now the length missing. So we can apply the formula as we did earlier. In the previous one we had height h in place of height, and now we will be having L in place of length. So this is again the formula. The volume is 52.5, length is L, breadth is 6, height is 3.5. Now I will multiply 3.5 and 6 here, and then we can divide it when it moves to the other part of the equals to. Then it will be divided to and then we will obtain the length is 2.5 centimeters. So now we have all the dimensions again. 6 is breadth, 3.5 is height, and 2.5 is length. So we can substitute it in the surface area formula to obtain the surface area, like here. All the values are fed in, use the Bolt mass, and then multiply it by 2 to obtain the answer, which is 89.5 cm square. Now the D part, although you must have understand it right till now, that we are using the formula for volume, as volume is given, and we are finding the missing length, missing dimension, which is length, breadth, or height. In this case it is breadth, and then after getting the breadth we substitute the formula, and length we put in the length, breadth, and height, everything, and we obtain the surface area. So I have done it here again, that volume is length into breadth into height. Volume I have substituted, then breadth is missing, so it is B. Then 12 and 6 are multiplied and they are divided there. So length is 8 meters. Now as the readings are in meters, here it is meter cube, so this would be in meters as well. And then all the length, breadth, and height all substituted in this formula of surface area, and again Bolt mass, and then multiplied by 2 to obtain 432 meters square. So now we have got all the things piled up, and now we can fill this missing spaces. As in the first one we have volume filled up, total surface area. Then in the second it is 8 centimeter and 158 cm cube the surface area, and so on. So this is how we deal with the situation. If we have a scenario that if total surface area is given to us and we need to find the volume and the particular length which is missing, so we can use the formula for surface area first to find the missing dimension, which may be any length, and then after finding that length we will multiply length, breadth, and height again to calculate the volume. So this is an important thing that you should remember this, that whichever thing is given to you, whether the volume or surface area, you will use that formula first to find the missing dimension, and then you will move to the next thing. Thank you everyone.